Hello there, everyone. Have you taken your joy today? Remember, happiness is a choice, so make the right one. Hey guys, it's Shadefire, and today I am taking a first impressions look at We Happy Few, specifically the early access alpha that is now available to the public. This game was a Kickstarter game, and there has been a sort of pre-alpha that's been available to Kickstarter backers for quite some time since the Kickstarter. But this early access just came out, and I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed with what's here so far. Because a lot of people hadn't actually heard of the game until there was that E3 trailer this year, which kind of showed off what little of the story is actually in here and made people think that this is a, story-driven game. But really all it is a survival game right now with a story intro. There will be a story in the final release of the game, so they're not going to release any story stuff really until the final version, so that you don't kind of get sick of the story by getting it piecemeal over and over again. But yeah, so from what I've seen of this so far, it just doesn't seem like there's enough here to really justify getting into it just yet. But we'll start a new game. So Second Wind is basically when you go down. If you have a healing item, you have a couple of seconds to use it before you just die. And of course permadeath, if you die, then you stay dead. So you can play with either of these on or off, or, have them both on. But let's just turn permadeath off, I guess, for here. Actually, let's leave it on. If we die, we die. Whatever.
Oh, heavens no. Oh, God. When life annoys, top up your joy. I should just take my joy, shouldn't I?
So we were just going about our day job of redacting apparently old newspapers, considering this article is from 1947, and you can see it's 1964, but I guess, happy is the country with no past, so we're erasing all of our old news articles. We could just take our joy and forget about our brother, Percy, but if we do that, the scene just resets, basically, until you take your joy, so we'll just toss it aside.
Percy! Percy!
What have you been up to? No one's seen you for hours.
Ah, nose to the grindstone,
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door since 10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Right. Brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish.
Aha! The power cell's empty.
Well, what will you do?
I'll get a new one.
There is now a curfew in effect at night. Any civilian on the streets that
We're brothers. I'll always look after you, you know that.
Good Lord, Arthur. What are we here for if not to clean up the late great unpleasantness?
How does she know?
Well, I expect you in the conference room presently. Don't dawdle. You don't want to miss the piñata.
Wasn't Prudence supposed to be coming back today? I made her a welcome back card.
Alright, so we'll stop pretending to do our job now. So at this point, we've decided to stop taking our joy, and this is a society that subsists entirely off of happiness drugs, in order to forget about the shitty conditions they live in the totalitarian state. This is basically an alternate history England that did not come out of World War II so well. So there's a lot of bombed out ruins in the
Do you
cities.
think the canister wonders what life's like outside the tube? Of course he'd have to break the tube to get out.
Also, this intro is always
Well,
the
break
same,
it for everybody.
but aside from this intro, the game is procedurally generated
Birth
to an
whistle.
extent.
You're off at the party, aren't you?
This whole intro does do a pretty good job of kind of setting up the tone of the world, talking about how much of a turnover there is at this redacting company. Here in the city of Wellington Wells. Let's steal his power cell. This guy's a dick.
That little shit. He wants my view.
And we could keep looking around, but there's only so much to see. I kind of wish you could steal this cricket bat, though. It'll come in handy later. Bunch of empty power cells. So yeah,
Whatever happened to you, Prudence?
the E3 trailer that a lot of people saw that, let them know this game existed, was mostly called just from stuff in this intro. That, again, makes it look much more like a story-driven game, with a distinct sort of, I guess, kind of a caricatured, cartoony kind of look, similar to something like BioShock.
Are you off your joy, Prue? I mean, you too. You're not coming back, are you, Prue? But where did she go?
Anyhow, you've probably seen all this stuff from other people.
No, leave me alone. I took my joy. No, leave me alone. No.
I guess if you stay off your joy too long, they can just give you a direct injection of joy. Now you're happy.
Hi, Arthur.
And I assume these guys are sort of secret police.
We seem to be a bit behind in our work now that you mention it.
Considering that nobody's apparently working here anymore. Also, you'll see this FMV video of Uncle Jack all over, who gives helpful tips to the people of Wellington Wells on how to not get cholera, or scurvy, or leprosy. Alright, so
I never noticed that. We should fix that, or empty the bucket at least.
So really, this job is pointless because you're just redacting articles that end up in this pile, and nobody actually reads them.
There you are. You nearly missed the piñata. It's the most adorable Spanish custom. Uncle Jack did a whole show about it. You smash it until all the candy comes out. Come on, hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
Give it a whack!
Joy may also have some slightly hallucinogenic side effects.
You are off your joy. Take one of mine. Oh my lord. He's a downer. Call security. We've got a downer.
So that's kind of our big problem here, is we've become a downer, and downers are
Bad times lost
severely
without praise.
looked down upon in this society, since you're refusing to simply ignore the past and forget how unhappy you are.
Got a downer here, haven't we? Put that down!
Good Christ. I can't believe I'm still alive. More or less. Ow. Feels like I lost an argument with a train.
What's going on today in the village of
I can't go back. I've got to get out of here.
This is coming to town.
Alright, so we got the shit kicked out of us by the police, and I guess they just kind of threw us out, because now we're in the downer part of town. That's basically a bombed out slum.
Interrupt the day because we love to do that.
We've got our little safe out here, and this is basically where it becomes a typical survival game, where we need to keep our hunger, our sleep, and our water meters down, and we need to worry about diseases, and there's crafting, and you know what to expect at this
Seem to have
point.
done a lovely job of breaking this door. I suppose I won't be getting out that way.
I think you ought to
Blimey. It's Mrs. Stokes.
I guess Mrs. Stokes probably worked in our department at some point. And yeah, we'll find more notes.
Sorry to bother.
You got any goodies, Mrs. Croaks? Well, at least she doesn't look like she's been here long, but we should probably get her out of here for health's sake.
This is jammed. I'll need something to pry it open.
So, despite the fact that this is a procedurally generated survival game, there is a lot of like quests and stuff that you'll always get pretty much every time you play it. It's just the location that will change, so it's not like completely randomly generated. It's more like there's set pieces that get mixed around in their locations more than anything. Because watching other people play this, I've seen that pretty much everyone gets the same quests. Alright, so we got some junk here. And if we want to open up that locker, we'll need a basic lockpick. And then we get a Jimmy bar here, so we can actually get out of our safe house. So let's pick up Mrs. Stokes. And Jimmy our door open. Alright, quest complete. Covered of the stinky corpse in our safe house. Also, we seem to have it better than most of these people who have been here longer than us, because somehow we just discovered that there was this nice little hidey hole down here where they're all living in shitty, exploded houses. So, this is, I guess, the village of Hamlet, where all the depressed people live. Don't try to have a conversation with them, though, because you will just basically speak nonsense
What's
at
it
them.
like across the water, do you think?
I am in Paris.
I guess the idea is that these people have been on Joy and then off Joy enough to kind of have suffered some side effects.
I'm late for a very important date.
I just want them to
So yeah, you
stop.
can't really ever have any sort of significant conversation with these people because they're all crazy.
I still hear them screaming, you know.
Where does the fog come from? That's the answer to everything, I bet.
So if we open up
I've
the
got friends
map
coming
here,
over for tea. I mustn't be
you
late.
can see that there's nothing on here yet, but we do have a quest to escape. So that's kind of our main goal throughout this game. It's not just survive as long as you can, we are actually trying
Spare
to
us some V, mate,
escape
would
from this
you?
horrible place.
I'm eating for two, you know.
Now, depressing Downer Town is not the only place we can go. We can also get back into Wellington Wells,
my nerves.
where we can get
Spare us
hold
some
of some
V
better
meat, would you?
materials.
I'm eating for two, you know.
I ain't got no V-meat, lady, get out of here. V-meat is victory meat, and I'm pretty sure it's not anything too good for you. being in London, or not London, but England, if we want to actually escape, we'll have to find some way to get across the channel, and hopefully find a better life on the mainland. This game definitely has a distinct style that I think makes it stand out, because, you know, most survival games don't look very good. And I think that the style in this definitely kind of overcomes the fact that this is also not a very good looking game, you know, if you look up close on textures and stuff. But, you know, I think the stylistic choices definitely make up for that to a degree. Alright, so let's just kind of fuck around until we find some quests.
Joy not only makes you happy, it suppresses bad old memories. It didn't take too much. It may temporarily suppress memories that you actually need to get around. Do you have trouble identifying keeping your house? Yes,
Why are there like 3 of these just kind of haphazardly near each other?
you find yourself wondering exactly what your house looks like and how to get to it from wherever you are. Does it seem as if the shops and the streets...
You know, it's funny, when I first saw Rose of Gilead, I totally thought that was a Dark Tower reference, but no, it's of course just because you make the healing balm out of them, and thus the whole Balm of Gilead thing. But yeah, these are the flowers you need to make the basic healing item. I don't know if these bushes respawn, you know, materials. I assume they do, because this place is not that big, so you'd run out of materials eventually. Alright, here's a house that we can probably rob. If you commit any kind of wrongs, everyone in the area will come after you. Even if that wrong is sleeping in somebody's bed, they will still all gang up and try to kill you. So a lot of this game is about blending in. If we look at our inventory, you can see that our equipment actually has a conformity stat. Right now, we actually fit in better with these shitty people with this shitty suit. But obviously, if we go into Wellington Wells, people are going to be pretty suspicious of us. So we'd have to upgrade to something a little nicer. And I'm just going to rob these people blind until they show up. Because, you know, that's how you do in these kind of games. Sneakers. Is it just duct tape and cloth tied around our feet? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes what these people get mad about, because, like, I'm just stealing shit right next to her and she doesn't care. Oh, now she cares. I guess she saw me. Let's beat her head in with a stick. There's also very little penalty for just
lie down.
murdering people. I mean, obviously, if people see you murder someone, they'll try to murder you too, but if you kill, say, you know, 10 to 15 people that are around until there's no one else to see you, they'll just kind of respawn, I guess. It's not like you can depopulate the town by killing everybody. Unfortunately, that also means that even if we kill everyone around,
Oh, bother.
and then sleep in this bed, random other people will show up and try to kill us for sleeping in this bed. So that kind of sucks. I mean, again, this is the first week of this early access release, even though I'm kind of disappointed what's here, considering it's been in pre-early access, alpha, or whatever they want to call it, for a while. I kind of hope there'd be more substance to this when it came out as a early access game. But they said 6 months to a year, so probably about 2 years until this game is actually complete, because very few developers can ever keep to an early access schedule. Like a certain game that happens to sound like a flower. But yeah, on the procedural generation stuff, like, I'm pretty sure these shitty houses are just, you know, random templates that'll pop around all over the place. So there's nothing too special about those, but like that rock chucker quest we got, that guy will always be somewhere around, and he lives in a little shitty house.
This is not even my life. It's somebody else's.
Roast beef. Beef Wellington.
Somewhere else we're going to find a guy who runs in a circle around the block, well, spouting white rabbit lines. and whose last name is Little, so he's
Night's
definitely
coming
supposed to be an Alice in Wonderland reference entirely. How are we doing on the map here? I'm trying to skirt the edges because eventually you will come to bridges, and those are kind of our way out of this part of town, and each bridge will require something else. This one appears to not exist. There's just a road that leads to the water, but there's a bridge over there. And yeah, it seems like each of the bridges needs something different to actually let you cross. One of them they want honey, one of them you just need a power cell.
I really ought to have a lie down.
There's also these random aircraft training targets around. Like, these are what they used to train on in World War II for, you know, shooting down aerial targets. And they're just kind of hanging around. Oh. This is the first bridge I've seen that was actually manned. I wonder if we can Jimmy bar our way in here. So, I wonder if we could actually, you know, get dressed up to get through this door.
We would like to know, if you are, who you appear to be. Can you tell me kindly who won Simon Says last Friday?
Right, it was Harry, wasn't it? Harry Jones. Harriet. Larry. Am I getting warmer? No?
Get yourself back to the garden, you downer bastard. Get yourself back to the garden, you downer bastard.
I wonder why this guy's even here. I mean, isn't the assumption that everyone on this side of the river is the downer? I mean, you'll find quite a bit of joy lying around. We've already found one or two of them, I think. So I guess these people are downers by choice. And it's not even a case of like, oh, I can't afford my joy, I guess I'm a downer now and I get kicked out. Because there are just little, like, phone booths on the street that hand out joy.
Odd how the fog only comes at night.
There's also something about fog, and like a poisonous fog that comes in off the ocean. But, oh, well, now it's dark instantly. Not a lot of subtlety to the transition from day to night. Alright, we've sort of wandered in a circle, I think. Yeah, so that's about the size of the starting area. That little, square here, but as you can see, there are other areas. I don't know if all the other areas are non-downer areas, because, I mean, that side of the river looks pretty shitty, too. Night blooming nonsenses. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, yeah, this one we need to repair. We need a pump repair kit, which I don't even think we know how to make yet. So that would take some searching. Okay, so there's a locked door and a locked one of these. Let's just make some lockpicks. You can see when we're lockpicking that little red eye that comes up that says you're doing something suspicious. Canteen and a power cell. So we can use that power cell.
I should have gone with him.
To cross one of the other bridges, if I can find it. Screw. Empty power cell. Presumably you can fill those empty power cells because you find a lot of them. Slice of pie. Inventory full. Really? Oh, right, I didn't use my inventory expansion kit. Which, as you can see, you need a couple of them to fill out your inventory, as well as your quick bar slots down here. Should probably stick some stuff on my quick bar just to free up space. Thirsty, let's drink that. It's weird how it's canned grapefruit juice that comes in a bottle. Strain of meat, joy, Nexamide. Nexamide is handy because it stops you from being food poisoned, and there's a lot of rotting food you could eat. Like, I could just chow down on all my rotten food and then take one of those and I'd be fine.
I'm gonna fall asleep on my feet if I don't get some rest.
Oddly, that also made me sleepy. Alright, eating all that rotten food did not make me sick. That's good, I guess. And here is one of the other annoying things about this game. Basically, if we want to sleep without consequence, we have to go back to our safe house, and we have to do this all the time. Which is straight ahead. Oh, let's take a drink over here. Fill out that canteen we found. So yeah, this game is definitely a lot of managing meters, as most survival games are. Which is a shame, because this game definitely has... Oh yeah, there's Crazy Legs, the guy that I need to chase.
I'm late! I'm late! For a very important date!
He'll just endlessly run in the circle saying that. We do have to get home, but at least rob all these people before we get there. I mean, I'm not completely opposed to the game being like this, because, I mean, I'd heard of it before the E3 demo, so I wasn't surprised to find that it was a, early access crafting a survival game. But it does seem like they're kind of not sure what kind of game they're making, because they do seem to want to put a lot of story stuff in and make, this actual world. But then at the same time, they just want you to wander around these procedurally generated environments.
If I'm happy on drugs, am I really happy? Is there such a thing as false happiness? What I'm saying is there a true self?
I mean, are we getting into an argument here about antidepressants and whether people should be allowed to take those to be happy? Or whether they should take them, rather? We should take this shovel, because there is some buried treasure. It is actually pretty handy that when you put stuff on your quick slots,
seems smokier.
They actually stop taking up room in your inventory. I'm not sure what's the deal with these. Sometimes they're just random pipes with poison gas coming out of them. Alright, we were supposed to be going back to the safe house. Just to my left. I apologize if I'm just kind of rambling and wandering here, but again, there isn't really that much else to do. There are quests, obviously, that are popping up, but a lot of them are kind of pointless. Like, some of them will give you, like, a new crafting recipe or something else, but some of them don't really seem to get you anything. It's like, oh, go find this thing for this person. Then they're like, thanks. And that's it. That's the end of the quest. Come back and investigate that puking after I take a nap. Which is just over this little ruined house and these bushes. So let's sleep for 10 hours.
The poor man's dinner.
I could deposit some stuff. But whatever. What I'll actually do is I'll craft some shit just to clear up some inventory space. Let's get some healing bomb. Actually, make some elite healing bomb. Do I need to make a pointed stick? I need a branch. Needs mechanical station. So it's not like we can build stuff in this game, so it's not like I can build a crafting table inside my little safe house. Okay, so if I want to make a proper suit, I think I just have to unequip my current one. Oh, I don't have room in my inventory. That's kind of a dumb thing, because, like, you don't have room to make this item, but once I make this item, I'll have room because it'll get rid of the other suit. You need extra room. But whatever, we don't even need that right now. Let's eat this rotten onion. And I want to put the healing bomb on my quick bar so I can get rid of it. Alright, so now I can scroll to that.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
I did say I was going to investigate that puking, but I forgot what direction that was. I thought it was over here.
This isn't my gardening show, is it? Let's get back to flowering.
Over here by this poison swamp this guy is standing in.
They won't contain any joy. Unless you water them yourself from the water out of the tap.
Eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow, you may be in the Garden District.
I feel awful. You wouldn't happen to have a purple on you, would you, mate?
Sure, take this next Mide pill.
Someone threw a whole bunch of medical supplies all around here. I think I must have stepped on an infected needle. Would you help me clean it all up before someone else gets sick?
So that's interesting. This guy is different from the puking guy you'll find who has food poisoning from eating a bunch of rotting food.
Tune in next time when we explore what to do with meat. It's gonna be all. See you soon.
I think the doctor's in
Fog's
town.
probably starting to roll in about now.
I think they've forgotten how to cure anyone.
And there's a lot of shit in this pond.
It won't cure an infection. It won't cure the bloody plague, will it? I wonder how many people they killed.
There's also a plague, apparently, and a specific type of mushroom you can only get off of plagued people's
I used
corpses.
to be a medic, you know, in the army. Used to know all about bandages and wounds and things. I feel so useless getting sick. I should be helping other sick people.
It said to talk to him, but I don't actually have the option to talk to him now. Early access. There we
So
go.
are they all honourable men?
Look, I buried something back there. You deserve to have it. I owe you something. Here, I drew a map.
He gave us a shovel, but we can't actually carry it because of the other shovel. Oh cool, these bottles don't want to stack. I'll throw that back in the water.
Well, it's getting late, isn't it? And it's time for all good citizens to be getting ready to go to bed. Like me to read you a bedtime story? Of course you would.
So I think this is the dig point he told me about.
Well, gather round and tell you.
We already have a
Gather
shovel,
round.
so we don't even need the other
I'll
one.
tell you how it ends. We last left the town of Hammond
Actually-
filled with rats. Horrible rats, eating them out of house and home. And a piper in a mossy coast has promised to get rid of every last rat.
Throw away this broken ass stick, equip this shovel,
He expects a lot of money.
and then grab this other shovel. Now I can beat people's heads in with a shovel and dig stuff up.
The next day, the piper came into town. And this time he had a different pipe with him. It was a tiny pipe, made of horn, and no one could even hear the music.
Except for the night.
Man,
We
it got
would
really
never know the
dark again.
stars.
But soon, out of every barn and every field, out of every kitchen and every storehouse,
Blocked,
all
eh?
of the rats of the town swarmed towards the Pied Piper. They came out of the church, they came out of the town hall, they came up out of the well, they came out of the cupboards, they came out of the haystacks. Soon, the entire village square was covered in rats, until you could not see a bare patch of dirt. And then, the Piper began to fall. He walked away from the village. He walked into the dark forest in a direction that no one thought had a path. No one knew exactly.
probably something good in there with those landmines.
And though he was traveling on the high road, running up and down the ridges overlooking the forest,
But I would have to make a Jimmy bar to get in there. Turn this way. Well, I'm getting pretty thirsty.
That's a real nasty piece super, isn't it?
Should be just ahead. Alright, so we'll dig this up, and then I think I'll head into the main town for a bit. Alright, this shovel ghost means I can dig here. We've got some books that give us permanent passive boosts. So he gave us some books that make us heal better and faster. I guess the only bridge I haven't checked is this one. Oh, there might be one at the top too. But if I can find it pretty quick, we'll head into the nice part of town for a little bit before we call it. Yeah, I think this is the dead end, or the bridge that needs repair. Yeah, it's the one that needs to be repaired. So I'll do a quick loop around to up here where I think the other bridge is. It's either up here or it's on the left. But I don't see one on the left, so I think it's up there. So we'll just cut ahead a little bit. Alright, so after a quick survey of the area, it turns out that I don't have the power cell bridge in this generation. Because again, it is not always exactly the same, and you won't always be guaranteed to get a certain thing. So it seems the only way to get across is to fix the busted bridge. And the only way to do that is apparently from here. We'll get something that we need for the bridge.
The ravens are gone from the tower. Don't tell anyone.
By the side effects.
I still hear them screaming.
But
You know?
there's a big one we don't mention, isn't there? To stop screaming. That's all.
It says hold E to repair, but it doesn't actually tell me anything else about this.
Bananas. Yes, bananas and porcupines. Very pointy porcupines.
You think it would tell me that I... Oh, there we go. What I need to actually repair this, so we just need... Oh, simple enough. So, I fixed their pump, and one of them tried to kill me, and now the other ones are trying to kill her? Okay.
It's time!
Around
I like that by fixing it, I also apparently repainted it.
Good night!
Okay, but unfortunately I actually waste my duct tape for that.
You shouldn't have to eat breakfast. It's not a lovely day. Robert, it's not a lovely day at all.
Supper's over!
So this is just gonna keep getting worse, isn't it?
Good! Wolf! Wolf!
Rotten apple! Robert! You survived all this. And now you're done for. You poor...
You poor thing who did this to you, she says, after beating them to death.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't want the branch.
You've got no more worries, have you?
Can I just borrow this? I'll miss my old bed.
Yes, Daddy. I'd love a bedtime story.
I wonder if this is a quest item. Let's throw it on the ground. It looks like a book that should give us a passive, but guess not.
They walk by night. Not everybody knows that.
So unfortunately, I wasted my duct tape on that pump repair, so I'm gonna have to find more now. Like this one. Okay, this is actually for a different quest, this ugly doll. So this means these people are going to want to fight me because I stole their stupid doll that they stole from somebody else. Wow, that shovel was at full repair and it lasted 3 hits. Combat's pretty simple. We can attack and we can block. And that eye that also is our suspicion meter is also their health. There's not even like any heavy attacks or anything.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Arm yourselves!
Are you gonna pick a fight with me again? After I just beat your ass?
God, please!
Alright, fine.
Me.
Unfortunately, it does actually take time to equip your weapon. Heal up.
Please don't.
Nope, you started the fight, you're gonna get punched to unconsciousness.
The devil drives.
Also, there's probably going to be an important difference between knocking somebody out and just killing them, but right now there doesn't seem to be. I guess they'll eventually stand back up and that's about it.
You don't belong here! Get out! I'm calling the authorities! We've come to the end.
You're not calling anybody.
I've always liked you, actually. Odd how the fog only comes at night.
The fog of murder. So yeah, as you can see, there is no lasting consequence for beating these people to death. Or even just for knocking people out in the
This won't
streets.
hurt a bit.
Alright, so... I think that bridge is this one at the bottom. Nope, that's the Bobby Bridge. So let's see if I can fix this bridge now that I should have enough stuff to make a repair kit. I don't. I'll find some more on the way there. Alright, so I found enough duct tape to make another repair kit. And I guess I got this valve from somewhere. I thought I was going to have to go find it, but no, it's already here. So this should let us get somewhere new. Oh. Plagued people, I guess.
Fuck!
Oh dear. Getting punched has given me the plague. I should have just buggered off.
This is not who I really am.
So I don't know if there's anything you can do about the plague. I don't know if there's a cure for that. Also, I don't think I did anything to piss them off that time. I guess they just don't like non-plagued people. Oh, but I can't get up from this side, so I probably had to go through here to get up here. Alright, let's check the status effect for Plague. Makes you tired until it kills you.
Needs must when the devil drives.
Fendosilene. What does that do? Cure plague if administered early enough. Well, I just got it, so hopefully that's early enough. There we go. So I guess there is a cure for the plague, but only in the rich districts. Alright, so I should have enough room now to make my fancy suit. And so I can blend in. Assuming that this is another nice area of town, and I haven't just stumbled into another poor district, which seems like the case now that I'm looking around. Alright, let's take a quick peep around and then we'll be done here.
Do we look like a bed and breakfast? No? So get out.
This is private property. Best clear off, whoever you are.
These people look a little tougher, at least better prepared.
Christ, I can barely keep my eyes open.
No!
I guess that was my second win, but I can't actually move now. Oh, there we go. So I guess if I got hit again while I was in that state, I would have died. For good. This guy and his fucking infinite rocks.
Don't have my blood on your hands.
Not so sure about that. Oh, he was throwing bricks. Even better than throwing stones.
Please, don't kill me. I'll cook for you. I promise. I'll make you anything you like.
It could be worse, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come back anytime. I'll make you something fantastic. My savior. Here.
I guess I can't let him out.
Taste this. What you think? Yummy, isn't it?
Filling stew. Which makes you less tired. Anyhow, that's We Happy Few. As you can see, there isn't that much to it yet. But hopefully this actually grows into something worthwhile once they add some of the story stuff in a year or so. Because they definitely did a good job of setting up a world, I think, that's interesting here. They just haven't got much beyond that yet. Alright, well, that's been a depressing romp through the shitty part of town, so let's take our joy and see things through a slightly brighter lens.
Just a bit more and I won't have any worries.
Everything's so nice. Let's take another. And another.
God, I'm knackered.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's any deadly side effects of taking too much joy yet. But we certainly got a spring in our step now.
It's not my fault. I'm being controlled by someone I've never even met.
I just want them to stop screaming. That's all.
I've been Shadefire, this is We Happy Few. It's like $30 on Steam. It's probably not worth getting just yet. Maybe stick around and wait for some updates to see how it fleshes out a bit, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to it just yet. But until next time, you folks all take care.
So colourful, isn't it? Strange how Oh,